And just like that, it's magic. And here we are for you. Good morning and welcome into the Real Monica Adams Show. It is the home version, and I really love when we do this. So do me a favor, start telling your family and friends. Maybe put it on your Facebook page or your LinkedIn page, YouTube, wherever you're watching, that we're getting ready to do life coaching for you. And why do I say directly to you? Because that's what I want you to feel like it's you and me only. We can take on whatever your troubles are. We can attack this world together. We're going to get into some life coaching for you coming up in about 10-15 minutes. So we're going to kick things off as we always do, give you a little news you can use. Excuse me. One of the things I do not do is start your day with all the negative stories that are out there, whether it's local or regional or national, international. Again, if there are big stories that the whole world is talking about that I do feel kind of slant to the negative side, I would only do it for you to say, all right, we got to talk about this as a community. That is when I understand, like, hey, I don't want us to be completely shut off from what's going on in the world, but I don't want to tell you about all these killings and all these hate-filled things, right? I think that is what serves you better. You tell me if it's anything different that you want on this show. I always want to make sure that you feel like you are in command, right? You're in the driver's seat. You're one of my co-pilots with the show. Good morning, Sean. Good morning, Julie, and another Julie, and good morning to Jenny. Excuse me. Looking forward to interacting with all of you today. Hold on. I've got my water here. By the way, hydration, very important thing. Part of the nutrition side of that triangle of life. So we got about 25 of you on now. All right, let's be interactive as we go around to all of our platforms. Good morning, Kathleen, as well. I want you to know that we are going to take care of you from a life coaching standpoint today. I also want to, again, make sure that you've got what you need. And what we're going to talk about today is getting unstuck. And I'm going to come back to this picture in just a little bit. That was me yesterday trying to leave my neighborhood. And it was kind of ironic that I knew I was going to talk about getting stuck today. Well, we were stuck going in or out of our neighborhood. If you saw my reels, then you know that the entire neighborhood rallied together. That was true kindness from neighbor to neighbor to get that young girl into the subdivision and get me out of the subdivision so I could go and spend time with my dear friend Michelle. Because again, it's important to have the balance of life. And we had such a great time last night. Thanks to my neighbors, I was actually able to make that date and go out for a handful of hours. So what happens when you get stuck, figuratively, or again, did it actually happen to us? Yes, it did. So today's topic will be getting unstuck. Well, hi, Sally. Love you. Miss you, my friend. Stephanie, good morning to you as well. We like to give you the weather either on Mondays and Fridays from our aspiring meteorologist, Beckett Moore. So he'll be back with us on Friday. If he's not with us, then we thank our friends over at KMOV for the forecast. So today, by the way, I do want you to be weather aware. The folks at KMOV are saying it is a first alert day. So they've got the red on the Wednesday forecast really into like that 12 o'clock time frame into the afternoon. Maybe not everyone will see this, but they are saying possible heavier storms today. Not hail, not tornadic in nature, but you could have some strong winds. So just be careful if you are going to be out and about and driving. 78 for your high, 67 for the low tonight, and hopefully no rain causing delay or any problems with the Cardinals game. We'll talk about the Cardinals in a second. We do have rain chances continuing for Thursday and Friday, and then it gets a less chance on Saturday and Sunday, but scattered storms going into the weekend on Friday. We get into next week, dry days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then slight chances of rain and storms on Thursday and Friday. The highs getting back into the low to mid 80s, as you can see, once we go into the weekend. All right, we're going to start with this. Normally, I would save sports till a little bit later on in our news you can use, but hey, congratulations. In fact, it was fun for me to look up at the screen last night while we were out, and I said, hey, wait a minute, that's Abby Stahlschmidt. Abby played the national anthem at the U.S. women's game last night at Energizer Field. And how about this? The ladies come out victorious and big time. Look at that score, 4-0. Allie Sentner and Lynn I don't want to butcher her name. Is it Bayandalo? Bayandalo. If you're a big soccer fan, maybe you know that. They scored 2 goals each. The U.S. beat Jamaica 4-0 last night after the team honored longtime defender Becky Sauerbrunn, one of the most humble, incredible, kind human beings I ever met in my sports career. The U.S. next plays a pair of matches against Ireland. The first is June 26th in Commerce City, Colorado. The second, June 29th in Cincinnati. The U.S. will also play Canada July 6th in Washington, D.C. So if you went last night, by the way, let us know. Was it that was just lit up? I mean, I've been to a City game, but haven't had a chance to go to see a U.S. women's national game. Would have loved to have been there if I would have known that Abby was playing. I definitely would have gone to support her. So if you were there last night, let me know. Was it electric? A good time had by all. In other news, the United States Postal Service is reporting 6,000 folks, 6,000 dog attacks. So you have got to keep an eye on your animals, keep them on a leash, don't let them bolt out the door. Again, reminding dog owners, making sure that your yard is safe for those mail carriers. Over the weekend, the agency will kick off coming up in this weekend, the agency will kick off a campaign called Secure Your Dog, Keep Deliveries on Track. The goal of the month-long program is to decrease potential dangers while carriers are trying to drop letters in your mailbox or on the porch. According to the USPS, again, more than 6,000 cases of employees being attacked by dogs last year alone. And Los Angeles actually is where the most incidents involving dogs were reported, followed by Houston and then Chicago coming in third. Again, got to keep those guys and gals safe. Well, I had never been to a Buc-ee's before, and I'm going to do this story first for you. Buc-ee's is suing a clothing company over the use of their beaver logo armed with a gun and military gear. It'll be very interesting to see what comes out of this one. Have you been to a Buc-ee's, by the way? I finally went when we were coming back from Texas, heading into and coming back from Texas. That place is huge. The popular gas station chain, again, filing a federal lawsuit against a South Carolina-based apparel company alleging trademark infringement of the Buc-ee's beaver logo. It's a Texas-based Buc-ee's that filed the suit against Born United, located in North Charleston. A significant and growing portion of Born United's business involves making, distributing, and selling clothing that prominently features the Buc-ee's trademark beaver logo. That's what the lawsuit is saying. Will be interesting as I get more information on this in the news. If we have any movement on that, I'll of course let you know. Also, the story that you may have seen pop on, Rite Aid. Now, I haven't been to one of these in a long, long time, and probably neither have any of you because now they're closing their stores. They are announcing more than 300 stores are closing. In fact, they sold most of their pharmacy services nationwide to CVS, Kroger, Walgreens, Albertsons. So this is in addition to the more than 100 stores the company announced it intended to close when it filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy back in May. The drugstore has about 1,200 operating stores, which is about half of what it had just 2 years ago. So we tell you about openings, we tell you about closings. And Emo's Pizza. This is awesome. They're covering the adoption cost for Stray Rescue of St. Louis in June. Okay, so for the 7th year, the pizza company will cover the $100 adoption fee for dogs and cats 6 months and over for the entire month. All adoptable animals are spayed, neutered, microchipped, and up to date on vaccines. In addition, anyone who adopts in the month of June will receive a $20 Emo's gift card. So we love to take care of all of the rescues. You know, our hearts are with our yuppie puppies Forever Rescue, but all of the rescues need your support. So if you want to fill out an application, just go to strayrescue.org/adopt, and let's take care of those babies. Again, if you're just tuning in, good morning to you. We're running through some news you can use. You see the description talking about what we're going to do for you today. That is getting unstuck. So we got a little life coaching that we'll do on tap for you. Start telling your family and friends. It's coming up for you in just about 5 minutes. So what's on tap for today? National Cheese Day. Oh, that'll make my dog Opus very happy. We call him Cheese Boy. That he is not treat motivated. Any of your dogs like this? Not treat motivated at all, but you put cheese on his food and he gobbles it up. National Old Maids Day. All right, watch that one. Also, it is National Hug Your Cat Day. Okay, if you've got a kitty cat. National Clean Beauty Day. National Safe Day. And National Cognac Day. And okay, let's get into some sports news for you. We talked about the U.S. national women's team. The Cardinals, unfortunately, didn't have the same fate. They lost to the Royals 10-7. It'll be the same two teams again if the weather doesn't create a problem. Same two teams tonight in St. Louis. First pitch will be at 6:45, and then tomorrow it is the Royals and Cardinals again at 6:45. Before we take our break, I wanted to give you some information about an event that is coming up this weekend that you can get involved in. In fact, if you love to be active, well, you can kind of kill two birds with one stone here. You can help out because that's what we always ask, right? The kindness, and you can be active. So save the dates for the next STL Cure Search fundraiser. It is coming up this Sunday. Not only is it a bike ride on the levee, but it is also a bring your family and friends down to Four Hands Brewery in Chesterfield to eat, to play games, to support kids with cancer. If you can't ride, just come on out and play and support and just again get with the community. They are joining forces with Team Serious for this incredible event. Lily Palooza's fundraising page for Cure Search for Children's Cancer. We are going to put that in the moderating comments. So I gave that to Jenny this morning. She's going to drop that in for you so that you can help out in any way possible that you can do. So anything you can do for this. Again, Lily Palooza, we're going to give you the fundraising page, Team Serious, Cure Search, and Lily Olson. They're joining forces for Sunday's Supporting Life-Saving Research Day, making a difference in the lives of children with cancer. Again, Lily Palooza bike ride and fundraising party. It is going to be 10 o'clock meeting in the Chesterfield Valley at the northeast corner of the Top Golf parking lot at the trailhead for the bike path. Registration starts at 10. The ride starts at 10:30. So, folks, spread that with all of your family, your friends. My friend Judy sent that to me and asked if I could pass it along on my show. There you go, Judy, and everybody else that's taking part in this. Help them out. Help Lily Palooza out. And if you can donate, again, dropping in comments for you so that you have the fundraising page. All right, folks, now you are all up to date. Rose, let's see. Monica, my friend's daughter, Abby, got a job working for your hairstylist. I know. I got that information last night. We're so happy for her. Go, Abby. Abby, looking forward to meeting you. Abby will be working with Sheer Studios, which is down in Chesterfield. Good morning, Linda. Team Serious, good morning. There you go. I hope we did you justice. And anything else, by the way, that you want to drop in about that to get the community involved, let's do so. Let's help them out. Rose said Aldi's is getting sued also for their knockoff products, packaging looking like regular national brands. There's a lot of lawsuits out there, Rose. Yeah. Hi, Judy. Good morning. Hope you're having a great one. Linda, Cat Day, loving on our Zelda. We had to say goodbye. I'm so sorry to our Tater on Saturday. We raised him from a kitten. He was 14. He's in kitty heaven now. Tell you what, folks, it is never easy. Our dear friend Jenny, can you do me a favor and just love on Jenny because she and her family had to go through that exact thing with their dog. It is never easy to lose an animal. We all know that, but don't we all just wish that they would calmly go in their sleep and we don't have to make the decision to have to say goodbye to them, take them, into the hospital. I, by the way, want to give a little plug here to Dr. Dawnetta Woodruff. When you ever do have to make that difficult decision, pets at rest. Remember that. In fact, my cousin just reached out on my page about a week ago and said, Monica, we used Pets at Rest, and Dr. Woodruff is exactly as I have said in the past, an angel living on earth. That woman was meant to do what she does. She is a hospice doctor. And can you imagine having to do that over and over and over again? I mean, it was gut wrenching when we've gone through it. And unfortunately, I've been through it too many times in my life, but 3 times in 9 months, we had to say goodbye to our babies and make that difficult decision. So any of you that have to, I am so sorry. My heart breaks for each and every one of you. But remember, celebrate the moments they gave you because some people never have that incredible energy. So please do me a favor, love on everybody a little extra, give your babies a hug a little bit more. Love you, Jenny. She just dropped in, by the way, Pets at Rest, hospice and home euthanasia. You're welcome, Judy. No problem at all. Thank you so much for sharing about Lily Palooza, Monica. Team Serious says. You're so very welcome. And again, they put the link in. Jenny did as well. Keep an eye on that. So how you can get involved in helping out Lily Palooza. Again, whether you're going to be active and be involved in them or you donate to that page. All right, it is 7:15. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to get into this for you. So I've been a life coach for 20 years. I've been a personal trainer since 99. A lot of people come to me from a fitness side, from a mental coaching side, spiritual coaching side. Remember, I'm all about the triangle of life and balancing all of that for you. This show, day in and day out, for the last 2.5 years, has been all about positivity. So welcome aboard to all of you that have not ever seen the show. We're here for you every day, normally mornings at 7 a.m. Tomorrow, we're going to be live at Jay Bloom. Can't wait to get behind the scenes of that incredible Jennifer Bonacorsi is the owner, by the way, of Jay Bloom. A lot of designers all over the world, but we get to go behind the curtain and see the inner workings of Jay Bloom. Good morning, Linda. We had Tater at the vet, but we chose to bring him home, yes, for his final time. By the way, Linda, that is what Dr. Dawnetta Woodruff used to do. She used to go to homes, but now she has a place that actually feels homey, right? So it's all these different rooms. It feels like a home, and you bring the baby there, so it has the smells and the warmth of a home. So she just kind of shifted her business a little bit. But yeah, I understand that completely. By the way, have you heard about our new national sponsor we want to welcome aboard, Crunch Fitness? And last week we did the No Judgments couples workout. I had a chance to work out with my baby Jim, and that's very rare, by the way, that we ever get a chance to work out together. Crunch Fitness, though, is our national sponsor, and we want to thank them. We want to thank each and every one of our sponsors. So please look here below. Support those that support us. So from Crunch Fitness, go and take a tour of the gym, maybe get a free pass. They've got days coming up, I think this weekend and next weekend, where you can work out for free and even try out their classes for free and then make the decision. It is so inexpensive, and it's 45,000 square feet of gym space. And then red light therapy that's included in your Peaks Result membership. They have the hydro massage beds that I absolutely love. They do have tanning for the people that want to do tanning. And then all of these incredible classes all included. So check them out. They've got one in West County on Manchester, right there at 141 in Manchester. That's the one that I work out at. They have one in Florissant. And by the way, St. Peter's are coming for you. They're opening up in St. Peter's. And then we're talking about, I think, 12 locations in our immediate area within the next year. So go Crunch. And thank you, by the way, for being a part of the Real Monica Adams team as well. Just Pools, just coming back on with us. They're located on the West Outer Road in Arnold. Carroll House Furniture, our beautiful furniture when I'm on set Mondays and Tuesdays, is from our folks at Carroll House. Regional Dermatology, Dr. Sarah Jensen back with us. She was on Monday for Medical Monday. Yuppie Puppy Pet Spa, Defiance Ridge Vineyards, and Dot Fleshman, Real Estate Extraordinaire. She's back on with us this coming Friday, by the way. It is another Friendship Friday. So Dot, thank you for your support as well. In fact, let's hear from one of our sponsors, and then we're back to help you with getting unstuck.
Carroll House Furniture homes look the best because of our free design service. Our designers please your taste.
Let's reimagine your room with 50 brand name choices.
We'll create a 3D design with a 360 view for your room.
Free design services are just the beginning. Free 0% financing, fast free delivery and setup, and the guaranteed lowest prices in the country with no stipulations.
You'll get a perfect custom floor plan for your new dream room.
Carroll House Design, because you like nice things.
And welcome back. We certainly do love nice things. And as I mentioned, we've got some incredible mobile Monicas coming up for you. So let me run through that. Tomorrow, again, no morning show, unless, and this is what I keep stressing, unless there's something huge going on in the world that I think we need to talk about together as a community, then I would pop on. However, I'm crossing my fingers that won't be the case, that everybody on my team can sleep in. And then we will be live at 12:30 tomorrow with that beauty. She was on my fashion show just about a week or so ago. Now we get a chance to go behind the scenes and find out all about her amazing Jay Bloom, right? We talked about 3-4 weeks ago, she was on set with us doing the behind the scenes and this true story behind her deciding to open up Jay Bloom. But now we get to go to her. And again, 5230 Missouri 94 in St. Peter's. If you've never known where they were located, or maybe you've been by and you've seen like, oh, that's Jay Bloom. Well, they got designers all over the world, but she's right here. She's our hometown girl. We are going to visit with her tomorrow, see all the beautiful jewelry, see all the wonderful things they do to give back to the community. Again, 12:30 to 1:30, our live show tomorrow. And then if you are a coffee drinker, we have a show coming up on Tuesday at noon at Exit 11 Coffee at their newest location, which is 527 North Central in Eureka. Again, that's at noon. That day, you do get 2 doses of the Real Monica Adams show, because we were going to have Tony Twist former St. Louis Blues player, and his fiance, Jamie Thurber. They're going to be on set with me in the morning. We're going to talk about a lot of things, including couples goals. And in fact, they've talked about this before, but not on my show. When people say, oh my gosh, there's a huge age difference between the two of you, it's never going to work. Well, really? Okay, let them address that one. And if you actually are involved in a relationship where you've got a big span between you and your significant other, I'd love for you to weigh in next Tuesday as well. So a couple of big shows coming up for you, and we'll tell you about some of the other ones scattered throughout. Let's see. Jenny, we had the best experiences we could veg. They went to, is it Veg ER for Pets? Would also highly recommend them. Tell me more. That doesn't seem like that. I guess, is that what it's called? VEG for Pets is what she wrote. We had Tater at the vet, but we chose to bring him home for the final time. Pets are the best. Thinking of you, Jenny and Linda. Yes, thank you for sharing the love to anyone that's had to go through that. Just Pools, again, welcome aboard to Just Pools. If you've never been to them, they are back with us, and we're excited for you to hear more and more about them as well. I'm going to go over there and take some new footage and see some of the new fun toys that they have and the floats for the kiddos and for the big kids as well. They are located again on the West Outer Road in Arnold. And so what I'm asking all of you, if you love this show and you come on every day, support those that support us. And if you or someone you know has a pool, go get your chemicals there, by the way. They've got 10% off the Clear Results chemicals. And then again, all the fun toys that we like, whether it's your pool that you want to be involved with, or maybe you take those out boating, or you're just hanging out at a lake or whatever, go there, support them, say hi to Madonna, and say, thank you for being a part of the Real Monica Adams show. Okay, if you're just tuning in, 7:22. So the topic of the day, I think, is a really powerful one, and one that I have addressed with many life coaching clients over the years. I did this probably a couple of years ago where we talked about that. I mean, do you feel like that in your life, that the walls are just closing in on you and that you are completely stuck and you have no idea how to get unstuck? I said it actually happened to me yesterday when I was trying to leave the neighborhood. A huge tree had fallen down, but here is the good thing. I had just come in from work about an hour before. There was another neighbor of mine who had just come into the subdivision 30 minutes before. That young girl and I were coming in and leaving at almost the exact same time. So you imagine if it had fallen on our car. That's the thing that we're saying, that we are so blessed, because I had just come home. Neighbors had just come home. I don't know how it missed all of us, but again, knock on wood that I have somewhere. And again, so unbelievably blessed that no one was hurt. Also, so unbelievably blessed that you have kind neighbors. And so we promote kindness and positivity and inspiration and hope on every show, every single day. We literally end with those words, to be kind. I saw that right in front of me on display yesterday. So thank you to my entire neighborhood. I was out there. If you looked at my reel or my story that I put out last night, my neighbor actually had to say, Monica, would you stop? You're all dressed up. Stop throwing trees. And I was like, no, I don't just sit here, right? The kids were involved. I mean, the young kids, and then they're out there with, the dads were out there with their chainsaws. It was just beautiful. But there we were, actually being stuck. How did we get unstuck? We rallied the troops. They got out the chainsaws. And so we got out of the subdivision, or into the subdivision. So thank you to our neighbors for that aspect of getting stuck. Okay, but now let's talk about being stuck in your mind in life. Do any of you feel like this? The same old thinking. If you don't change anything in your life and you're thinking the same, you're doing the same things day after day, but expecting a different outcome, well, you're not going to get it. You're going to get the same old results. And you saw the arrows. It just continues and continues. It's like this constant ball that's rolling downhill, and you feel like it's just flying and you have no way to stop it. That's because you're spiraling out of control. So I want you to think about these things, and maybe you grab a pen and paper as we run through and give you some coaching aspects of how to help you get unstuck. So I want you to challenge a couple of things, and maybe you write this down and actually say, okay, here's 1, here's 2, 3. I've got a handful that I'm going to give you to help you, but you need to start recognizing the feeling. Normally it's very anxious feeling. Maybe your breathing has changed, and I'm going to do a show coming up. We haven't done it in a couple of years where we actually talk about breathing. I had a client one time say, anytime I'm around you, Monica, I feel like a calming presence, and I never see or hear right? Do you do that? Is that how your life feels? Are you anxious? And I want today to be interactive, by the way, because the more you say, that's me, or I've been there, that would be a good thing, right? I've been there, so it's past tense. What did you do to get unstuck? As a community, if we do this together, we help each other. That's the greatest thing you can do, right? Pay it forward. So if you feel that you've been here, this feels and sounds so familiar to you, or maybe you're going through it right now, today is the day that I want to try to help you. Okay. So you have to recognize it. Recognize that you're experiencing, and this is a very key thing to say, it is a temporary setback. This is not a long-term journey for you, as long as you actually recognize what's going on. So you have to start, well, this is why I go into journaling. You have to start writing down what it is that makes you feel that you're stuck in your personal life, in your professional life, whatever it may be that you feel is a divider from the path. And I used to say that I was writing a book that had to do with how to live a debris-free path. I've used this analogy like that. Okay, this is a good one. It happened to be, would I and this young girl that was driving in, would we have driven right into that? What would have happened to our car? What would have happened to us? I mean, go ahead and answer that. What would happen if I would have driven right into that tree, folks? What would have happened to the undercarriage of my car? What could have happened if I swerved and maybe we ended up hitting each other? So many things could have happened there, right? But doesn't your mind right away go, oh, stop the car, right? We're smart enough, hopefully, stop the car and don't drive into the debris. So my question with every client that I've ever helped with this is, why do you drive into the debris metaphorically? Why do you hang around toxic people? Why are you in an abusive relationship? Why do you go to the same job day after day after day? The grind. I get that you have to have a job, and I get that you need to make money to survive in life. But why aren't you taking steps to do what you really love to do? Why do you think we do the backstory and tell the human interest story before we go to some of these Mobile Monica businesses? Why do we shine a spotlight on these incredible businesses first and foremost in the studio, having them tell their story? Because I want them to inspire you. For those of you that are in a job that you feel you hate, like I've heard that from so many people, I hate my job. I get up in the morning, I can't stand it. Folks, I wouldn't be coming to you every day, Monday through Friday, preparing the show for you if I didn't love what I do. I wouldn't train my clients if I didn't love seeing their transformation. I wouldn't help with life coaching. I wouldn't go and help out organizations with emceeing and auctioneering. I wouldn't help people do their design and wardrobe consulting. All those things I love so much that I can't wait to get out of bed, jump out of bed to be able to do this. If that's not you, I could almost guarantee that if you were standing here in front of me, or I had a line of people standing in front of me, I would see a lot of this. Monica, let me tell you about my life. Yep. And I would go, let's breathe. Because that's anxiety. Maybe you have PTSD. I don't know what the horrific things are that happened to you. And that's where we get into private life coaching. Or feel free to put it into the comments right now. Are you willing to say, Monica and your community, this is where I am, this is where I was, this is where I'm going? Because we want to feel that there is hope, that there is a way out of what kept us unstuck for so long. So I'm going to give you some tools to get out of being stuck. Rose said, my friend Kristen is stuck. She wears so many hats, always busy, single mom, never puts herself first. Okay, so you've heard me talk about self-care. It's one of the hashtags that I put in there. People have a hard time, Rose and everybody else, to say, I'm going to put myself first. And why do they say that? In fact, let me ask you, why would you not? Can you tell me, why would you not put yourself first? Go ahead and answer that. A very simple question. We've got about 40 of you on right now. Do me a favor and type in, here's why I don't put myself first. If you're willing, answer that. Any of you that are on right now. And then I'm going to help you break that mentality, because self-care, putting thyself first, is extremely important. We always use the analogy of what they say on a plane: put the mask on yourself first, then put it on your child, take care of the kids. You can't take care of anybody else if you don't take care of you. But I want to know why, because you hear this from me. If you watch this show on a regular basis, you hear it from me on a regular basis. I say it all the time. It's literally like knocking my head into the wall sometimes with clients of, how many times have I said, this is how we take steps forward? So can you answer me that question? Any of you willing to say, Monica, this is why we don't do it? Or you know what? let's give the positive side. Monica, this is why I did it. And this is how my life changed, because people need to see hope. They need to feel the inspiration from you that chose to one day stop doing the same thing over and over and over again. Okay, Rose said we feel guilty. Why? I need more context to that. Why do you feel guilty? Do you think it's selfish? I've heard people say before, well, if I constantly take care of myself, they're going to think I'm the B word, right? Or I'm a jerk or whatever. I didn't say you don't take care of anybody else. I said you got to take care of you first. Anybody else feel like Rose, guilty for taking care of yourself? That's the same old thinking with the same old results. Okay. Stephanie's weighing in saying, I'm ready to date again. I'm stuck because of all I went through with my husband. I'm scared. Oh, you just gave me a chill. I'm scared I can't trust men again. Oh, that's a big one. By the way, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Stephanie, for being so raw and real. Now, I understand that one. I've helped a lot of people on the relationship side that say, this has happened to me. Someone's maybe been abused. They've been beaten, whoever, at the hands, you are the victim, at the hands of the abuser. Understand that there are some wonderful human beings in this world, Stephanie. I know it's scary to put yourself out there again, but you don't want to stay in the position that you are. You literally did the greatest thing you can do. You spoke it out to the world, which means you are starting to heal. You're saying it to a community that you don't know, and that can be scary in and of itself, correct? So let's applaud Stephanie, by the way, and to all of you that are getting ready to interact with me. Stephanie, thank you for what you just said. Anybody else feel like Stephanie, that they want so bad to be loved, but they're scared? I get it. Timeline therapy I've talked about before. So Stephanie, we're going to go back, and we have to sometimes. We got to dip back in the past to the scary time, to the horrific trauma, but we don't want to stay there. That's where you're stuck. Whatever age you were, by the way, at that moment of when that happened is the age you are right now. Does that make sense to all of you? You cannot be the actual age you are today until we release what happened from the past. Yes, Stephanie, thank you so much. Thank you. Gail said, I feel like women are trained to take care of others first. Gail, I think it's a very valid point. We're going to help Stephanie here in just a second. But Gail, you are so correct. Women notoriously take care of their husbands, their partners, their children, their parents, their grandparents, coworkers. I mean, I'm going to continue on. I'm going to run out of fingers on both hands. Is that you? Are you a people pleaser? You're stuck if you're a people pleaser. I'm telling you that. I am not telling you not to be kind. Obviously, it's my mantra. Knowing your value, which, by the way, I do have on today. Know your value. Somebody asked me if we still had merchandise. We do. It's limited, but if you are interested in walking around in one of the greatest phrases in life, knowing your value and understanding the value of putting yourself first. Yes, women, we have been trained. Guys, I tell you what, for the men that are on, whether it's now or later, tell us, why is it easy for you to put yourself first? Or are you also in the same boat as us? Do you not put yourself first? Do you find your husbands and boyfriends and your sons, etc., any man in your life, do you feel like they're being walked on? So you don't want to be a doormat to anyone. You do not want to be walked on. Stephanie, we're going to go back and make sure that you feel heard and taken care of. Stephanie, I need you to trust. It is the first thing I want you to write down. And if you don't journal, I ask you to start journaling today. Write down the word trust. We are giving you that as your word of the day. You're going to probably cry. You might feel scared because it is scary to want to put yourself out there again. But you literally said, I want to date. You did the greatest thing that you could do, which is putting yourself out there by speaking it. We have to not only keep it here, thought process, but you have to take it from here and speak it out loud. So you are typing it. That's your first way of speaking out loud. The other is literally say it out loud. So there is a science in my early years of my counseling studies. It became look in the mirror. Some people have a hard time looking at themselves in the mirror. Okay. So if that truly is still you, we got to break that because you are beautiful. You are valid. You are valued. You have so many intrinsic values to you that I want to find a way for you to do this. Look at yourself right in the mirror and say, trust, trust, trust. Stephanie, say it 10 times. Hear it though. I don't want you to quietly say it. Find your voice and loudly say, I can trust again. Someone's going to love me. My other half is waiting there for me, and I just needed to take the steps. That's my homework for you, Stephanie, and anybody else that's in the same position. Please, I'm getting chills right now. Stephanie, I believe that that person is waiting for you. They just wanted to hear it. And they need you to shout it out to the world. Whether you're faith-based and you believe in God or there's a higher power that's guiding you, they are going to guide you. Trust in that. We're going to end our show in about a half hour with our Jesus calling. Instead of Jesus listens, Jesus is going to call you out, Stephanie, to do this. Okay, she said, I do journal. I'm writing trust. I love it. Stephanie, let's do this. Let's heal, Stephanie. Let's heal from within for all of us to be able to understand that there are steps forward. But look, folks, I don't know what you've all been through, what your walk of life is until I have you right in front of me. We've got a lot planned, by the way, for group training, group life coaching. Obviously, I do the one-on-one, and you can shoot me an email. Let me go ahead and put it on the screen in case you don't have my email. If you have, it's going to say if you have a topic or a guest, or if you have questions about life coaching, and questions about personal training, this is my email address that's coming on the screen for you. It's also for a myriad of things, topics, guests, sponsor ideas, mobile Monica ideas. Don't forget that email address. And then you can always go to my website also, which is TheRealMonicaAdams.com. We get real together and reach out to me. Some people go straight to the website and click on the contact us form. It gets to me. By the way, it is me that responds back to you. It is not a team that is writing for me. You've got me. All right. Yes, I'm a busy woman, but you know what? I feel that you need to be heard from me. Maybe sometimes Jenny will pop in and say, hey, let me set some things up, and she might set an appointment, but it is always going to be me helping you. I want you to understand that. There's a lot of people in life that have this massive ego, and they've got all these people that are going to be responding back, and you never get a chance to actually talk to them. I don't understand that mindset. I'm here for you. I want to help you. So Stephanie, I hope you felt heard. I'm going to give you a big old hug, and the whole community is doing the same thing. So she did it, folks. She took the scariest step ever, and that is the first. You took that step forward. You wrote the word trust. You now got to transfer it from the page and speak it out loud, girl. Do it for me loud and proud. Trust, 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 trust 10 times. There's a science behind the 10th. When you hear it for the 10th time, it is life altering. And I promise you that from this day forward, you're going to actually do that 4-word steps. Do you trust me, Stephanie? I got you, girl. I got you. Okay, let's go to Rose's. We feel guilty. She said a lot of times notoriously, women are taught that you have to take care of your kids, that you have to take care of your husband, your spouse, your significant other, whoever it may be. You got to take care of your parents. The answer is yes, you do. You have responsibilities when you enter into a relationship. You get married. You have children. Look, unfortunately, I wasn't blessed to have kids, but I've got my babies that are barking or were barking earlier. Those are my children, and I got to take care of them. I got to feed them. I got to make sure they get exercise. I got to take them to the vet. I got to do all the things, right? Or I'm a bad dog mom. Dad, you have responsibilities, but how do they get taken care of if I don't take care of me? I've got to have a job. I got to make money so I can feed them, take them to the vet. I have to be responsible. I got to bathe them, right? When I'm going around stinky and rolling in things, I have responsibilities. So do you, but you got to do you first. Take care of number 1 because you are the most important person in the equation of your life. I slowed that down because I really want you to hear that. I don't want to rush through that statement. I want you to hear it again. You are the most important person in the equation of your life. So if I ever ask that question, there's your answer. If I ever ask that as a trivia question, now you've got the answer to win something. It is you. It's no one else. You know the right answer. You just don't always answer it that way because you feel guilty, as Rose said. So, Gail, I feel like women are trained to take care of others first. Equally. But a little bit above is you. Just a step forward. Okay? Take care of yourself. Get up an extra 15, 30 minutes early. Do some breath work. Get down on the ground and do a plank. Do some yoga. You see an animal, they never get up from their spot without doing the cat. In yoga, we do cat and cow. Stretch out the back. Don't just jump out of bed and then go, oh my gosh, I just hurt my back. Yes, calm down. Take the steps slower. Don't be rush, because guess what? Anxiety. You're going to feel all of that taking place. You got to slow it down a notch. So Rose said, Gail, that's how I grew up. Italian women. I feel guilty if my kids see me relaxing when there's stuff to be done. You've got to find balance in life, though. I mean, I know sometimes you guys are like, hey, you're go, go, go. Yes, but I am always reminding myself, I can't preach it if I don't do it myself. I go, go, go because I'm in love with helping. Let me just make sure that you understand that. But I do take care of me. Look, I went out and spent an incredible evening with Michelle last night. We had such a blast. I was with Jenny yesterday. I made sure that she felt taken care of, but it also took care of my heart. Understand that when you're taking care of others, I hope that you feel fulfilled. If you're taking care of others, this is where you're working against yourself. If you're taking care of others and all you feel is stressed, you've got to you have to actually ask them, can I take a few moments for myself? I will be back and we're going to come back to this, whatever it is that you're taking care of. But you need to step away, like physically move your spot and step away and go to, I don't know, outside in nature. Not today because it's raining, but, or maybe you do, an umbrella, go dance in the rain. You do you. But take a step away from your spouse, from your children, from your boss, from your coworkers. Take 10, 15 minutes. There's a reason why people have breaks. They have smoking breaks. Don't you think that you deserve to have a mental health break? There's more and more people that are doing that. I think it's imperative. Anne said, good morning. I was taught to take care of others, but not myself. Okay. You feel this? There's a pattern going here. Good morning, Kathy. Judy, you've got us all thinking. I love this show. Well, Judy, I love you. I'm glad. I want you to speak. When you hopefully very, very soon, we'll have a retreat where you all can come together with me. We're going to do a retreat here in town. And then a lot of you have asked, can we travel together? Yes. By the way, that's important. Get out of your space, get out of your town, get out of your city. I'm not saying you have to go states or even a country away, but go travel somewhere. Get out and hike, walk, movement. Mental movement, spiritual movement, physical movement is all so very important. All right, we've got a lot of comments coming in. I'm going to take a quick break. We've got a lot more to tell you about things that are coming up with the show. I want to see you in person to some of these events, these mobile Monicas. When I tell you that I'm interested in meeting you in person and giving you a hug, I mean that. We have tons of platforms. So folks, if you have family and friends that want to watch this show like you do and they're not on Facebook, tell them to go to LinkedIn or X or Rumble. I don't think Instagram fired today, so I don't know what was wrong with Instagram, but a lot of times we're on Instagram, and then you can also find us on YouTube. We're at Dude's Playground a few weeks early, and there he is. That's the Duder. We're going to have you out here on June 21st with Dude and Rich Melching, and all of us are here to raise money so they continue to do the great work that they're doing. It's the 3rd annual Dude's Playground Poker Run, June 21st. You've heard us talk about it. Now we're out here. Look at this place. It is absolutely beautiful. The whole calmness, the respite, helping mental, physical, and spiritual for our disabled veterans. We have all vehicles that are invited out that day. So spread the word. Let's continue to help them do the wonderful work that they're out here doing. Again, June 21st, spread the word. Noon is when we kick things off. It's going to be an all-day affair. Can't wait to see you. And here's the flyer for you. You can scan that QR code maybe if you want more information or you want to help donate. Maybe you can't come out that day, but you do want to help Rich. He's a big part of our community. Rich Melching is the one who started Dude's Playground, and they have the 3rd annual poker run. Again, our broadcast is at noon. I can't wait to do the first poker run I've ever done in my life. $10 per poker hand. Play as many hands as you want. We said all vehicles are welcome. I'm just going to use this caveat because if someone does have the mindset of a side-by-side, which I wouldn't think you would, side-by-side is not going to be allowed in the poker run because there's some routes that we're on where they can't have side-by-sides. Well, let's just say, again, I would think you would know this, but licensed vehicles only. Okay. But yes, not just motorcycles, which a lot of times people think of a poker run as being just motorcycles. I can't wait. Jim and I will be on the Harley. Jenny's going to be out there with her husband in a classic car. Michelle's going to be out there with her husband in Rich's beautiful car that he has. Get the car enthusiast out there. I'd love to see some beautiful cars that day. But more importantly, let's come out as a community. Let's raise money for him. We want this to be epic and the biggest one that he's ever had. So spread the word to all the clubs that are out there. I keep talking about Corvettes and Mustangs, and I don't care. It doesn't matter. Classic cars, I'd love to see them all. Let's just come out and help our disabled veterans, our first responders, anybody that suffers, right, from not being okay, the mental health aspect. Welcome back. It's 7:45. Thank you again for tuning in to the Real Monica Adams Show. We're just kind of dropping in some things. 3 mobile Monicas coming up for you. Tomorrow with Jay Bloom. Next Tuesday, Exit 11 Coffee in Eureka. And then June 21st, again, is for Dude's Playground. So there's 1 week left in the month of June. Do you have a mobile Monica you would like for us to do? We've got 1 week left for you. And then there's 2 events coming up, by the way, in July. You can find all of these on my website under the calendar of events on the Real Monica Adams website. We have a makeover show, and I've got spots for maybe 1 or 2 more models, men and women both, by the way. The makeover show at NCJW on July 18th at 9 o'clock. Cannot wait for this. That's at 295 North Lindbergh. And then coming up on July 22nd, Michelle Ballin owns Huga out in Lake St. Louis. We've got this scheduled at 9 a.m., and that's at 21 Meadow Circle Drive in Lake St. Louis. I love, love, love their food. Healthy. Feed the body, okay? Take care of the body. We're taking care of your mind today. So Stephanie said, thank you. I appreciate you being there for me. It's not just me. It's the entire community. We love you, Stephanie. Gail, love that. I'm going to stretch like a cat every time I get up from my desk. Yes. By the way, let's show that. I didn't had plans for any kind of a workout today. I've got a couple that I've shot that I'll put in for you next week. By the way, if you do want me to cover anything in particular from a fitness standpoint, email me that as well. If you want to send a video, like I used to ask when I was at Channel 5, of you, your family, your dogs, your cats working out together, send those to me and then I'll show you on the show. Yeah, you can be down on all fours. You can be I like this. When you get up, don't even get out of bed yet. Just literally roll over to your hands and knees and do this. But if I'm in my chair right now, I can take some time for myself. You've got to, all those watches that all of you wear literally say time to stand, because you've got to move. You can't just stay stuck. Again, we're talking about getting unstuck in your chair. So everybody, let's stretch together and then let's breathe calmly together. I will do a show again, I promise you, on breathing techniques. And so as you're getting unstuck and you're starting to feel better about yourself, remind yourself in the moments of crisis to pause, take myself out of this chair, maybe go to the other side of the room. Literally, the physical movement shifts the patterns of the way you're thinking. Maybe you completely get out of this room, go into another room because you need a change of scenery. You go outside. Maybe you go for a little walk for about 10 minutes. You come back. You're going to feel better. You just can't stay in the place that's causing the chaos. I'm telling you right now, if you don't take care of your mind, I can guarantee you that your body is not in order, that your spirit is not in order, that you have probably drifted away from whatever path you were on where you used to feel connected to a higher power, right? Don't you agree? If one part's out of kilter, out of balance, it starts to drag on the other parts. That's why I'm so big on balancing the entire triangle of life, the physical, the spiritual, the mental side. So stretch, Gail. It will help you. Diane, great reminders about taking time for ourselves. Diane, I love you. Miss you. Rose, you went out drinking with Michelle. Where was Dot and my invite? Dot, we missed the memo. Hey, that's why you got to come to these events that we have. Stephanie, do you belong to a church? Yes, see? Faith. I'm glad I watched your show. Thanks for the hugs. You're welcome. Let's see. 12 tomato. What's that, Julie? I don't understand what that one means. Tell me what that means. Okay, so we're talking about getting unstuck. Let me go through and give you a rundown of maybe some things that you can do. I've learned the hard way. You can't pour from an empty cup. Nope. Right? Does your cup runneth over? Is it half full? How do you look at life? Do you look at the cup as half empty? Do you look at it? There's a lot of people that will tease that one and say, I just want something in my cup. Yeah, we do want to fill the cup up. Who is filling your cup up? That's the things I'm also asking. So how about we give you some steps? 7 steps to getting unstuck. Are you ready? Get your pen and paper out because now it's time for true life coaching. Or if you don't, some people like to actually have a pen and paper in hand. And I like that from a journaling aspect. If not, get your iPad out or get onto your computer, but don't just listen. Or if today you have nothing in front of you, then maybe it is time for you to listen and then you have to come back to the show. And then I do want you to actually physically take it out of here, absorbing it and writing it down. Number 1, choose one area. You got to take small steps, folks. Choose one area to work on. Don't overwhelm yourself with everything that's going wrong, because what's going to happen is you literally will start doing what I did earlier in the show, which is, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed. There's so much. I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to take care of this person. Do you hear it? Like when I start to do that, you hear a change in how calm I just was. And that is how your life is. If you feel like you're spiraling out of control, it's because you are trying to take on the weight of the world. You can't. Pull it back, start smaller, choose one area to work on, okay? Just one. Then, number 2, brainstorm all of your options. So that's where I come back and say, find somebody that you trust. And boy, isn't that a hard one. The word trust is probably a whole nother show that I can do. How do we ever trust again? Do you have somebody? I hope you have more than one person, but if you have one person, for some, that's more than a lot of people ever find in life because they don't feel like they can trust anyone. I hope you can trust your spouse. I hope you can trust your parents or your children. Stay in your inner circle first, then start to trust out of your circle. But you can be guarded because people will try to take advantage of you and walk on you. I mean, that's a real thing. Obviously, we know that. The kinder you are, the more people try to take advantage of you. You got to stay strong and you got to find your voice. That's a really big part of it as well. But brainstorm, right? After you've identified your one area of work, get out that journal that I love. And I do have some journals left, by the way. If you want to know your value journal, just reach out to me. I'm probably going to, like I've been saying this before, probably going to go to the website and take our merchandise off and instead just have you reach out to me because I've probably taken the inventory at different shows and we haven't put it back in there. So I do have some Know Your Value shirts, Know Your Value journals. I think I have one. Nope, I think I did sell the last mug. At our last Vault Makeover show, there was a lady there and she saw Michelle's shirt and she's like, oh my gosh, I love everything about that phrase. I just want to immerse myself in it. So she got a jacket, a shirt, a mug, a journal. So I do still have some inventory and then we're going to roll out some new merchandise. But if anybody is interested to constantly have this emblazoned across your chest so that you see it in the mirror, other people see it, and they're like, yeah, agreed. Reach out to me. Okay. So identify the fact that you are valued. Then identify the one area to work on. Get out that journal or a blank piece of paper or your iPad, whatever. Write down every idea that comes to mind for you to make progress in that one area. Everything that comes to mind, but it all is funneled into only one area. That's how you're going to start to change. So some people's list includes maybe it's related to food, exercise, sleep, whether you're doing it or you're not doing it, right? If you're not doing it, then it's, I got to do more of this. Stop eating sugar, eat less bread, drink more water, exercise 5 days a week, sleep a minimum of 7 hours. Okay, think about all these things. Do you get this? Don't eat after 7 p.m. Don't eat before 10 a.m. for some people. For me, my life and schedule is so different that within 30 minutes of waking, I want to get 30 grams of protein in. And so that's how I start my day, but that's how my body is. I know what works for my body. You got to identify what works for you. Eat more vegetables, eat less animal proteins because it's hard for digestion, less red meat. Stop drinking sodas. You get the picture, right? You got to fill in the blanks of whatever you need to put on your list. Your home, your space, it's the same. It's your temple. That's how I look at life. You got to take care of the body, your house. And then what happens, you start to see and identify things in your own house. Like, do you feel like you're a hoarder? Do you feel like it's clutter everywhere? You start to do one thing at a time, right? I did my closet and love it. And it's, by the way, thank you to Jennifer at St. Louis Closet Company for getting me organized. We talked about that on a show. I've stayed organized. I love to go into my closet. And then little by little, this office room, by the way, that was my next space. Love it. It just feels, you feel better, right? You feel calmer. Okay, number 3, choose 1 or 2 things to start doing. So do you have hobbies that you've always wanted to do and you put them to the side? Brainstorm lists can be overwhelming for some of you. I get it. A lot of you feel like it's a lot. I got so many things I'm trying to brainstorm and I want to do all of them. Again, we got to simplify it. So these next 2 steps I'm going to give you, they're extremely important. Focus on a few things. Listen carefully to this next statement. Set yourself up for success. Oh, this is a big one. And I'm going to table that for another show. You can be successful, but not if your mind immediately goes in going, I can't do this. Well, there's never any way I'm going to lose 100 pounds. There's no way I could take on that feat. I can't do a marathon. I can't get that job. I'm not deserving of this relationship. Do you hear it? You've already set yourself up for failure. I ask you to do the other side of it. Flip the coin, believe in yourself, set yourself up for success. It is a huge one for you to write down. It means choose something to start doing that you have a high likelihood of doing. I'm going to work out. Keep saying it, but then make it happen. Don't just put it out there. It's just some statement. Maybe you have to have an accountability partner. Number 1, really big, start doing. Okay? Choose to drink more water. Choose to exercise. I don't care if you just move 10 minutes. It's more than you did yesterday, right? Those of you that are focused on home and space, a lot of your starting to-do list include clean out a drawer, clean out the junk drawer, okay? Or the kids' room, help the kids do it together as a family, or meal prep together as a family. But do this one thing for this week, get it done, and then high five and celebrate your success. Then spend 15 minutes on meditating. Maybe that's some new thing that you want to do. Organizing something, okay? So set yourself up for success and start doing those 2 things. Write those 2 things down in your journal and watch how your success happens. And then choose 1 or 2 things to stop doing. Okay. We talked about starting, believing in yourself, and then stop hanging around toxic people. Stop not believing in yourself. That's a big one. Stop the addiction. Well, you got to do it slowly. Some people they're smokers and they go cold turkey. Others have to go through counseling, have to go through help. However you can do it. But believe that you need to stop the addiction of alcohol, the addiction of drugs. I mean, you fill in the blank, whatever the addiction is. So, are you addicted to sugar? A lot of people are. You want to eat less sugar? Make the statement, I'm going to do this, and take small steps to do so. 1 or 2 things to stop doing. Don't have a huge list of, I want to stop all 10 of these things. You may, but you've got to start smaller and then build some changes into your routines and your rituals. So if we can turn decisions into part of our routine, that will help set you up for success, right? If you're not a huge water drinker, then start with something this small. There's people that carry around the big jugs, right? Some people, they're like, that's overwhelming. It just feels like a mountain that I can't climb. So start smaller. Now I'm down to 8 ounces. You hear from doctors, drink 8-ounce glasses in a day. That's a minimum, by the way, folks. 64 ounces. Well, sometimes people don't want to see this big cup, so you got to have a little cup. And then all of a sudden it's, oh, this is easy. Guess what? Start small. That's exactly what that looks like. So 1 8-ounce bottle at a time, or 1 8-ounce cup at a time. Start small if that's you. Other people need the big jug and the little reminders of, way to go, keep it going, blah, blah, blah. And then at the end it is, you did it. And it's kind of like running a race and someone's shouting your name, right? It's the support system that's there. Number 6, set up your environment to help you. So it's a new concept for some. And for some, you need to learn it and hear it more, but it makes so much sense. How can you set up your environment to help you succeed? What do you think? You can answer that. Let's say you want to drink a bottle of water by 6:30 in the evening. Set it on your nightstand right before you go to bed or right when you wake up. That's what I do. This actually is the very first thing that I have right next to me brushing my teeth. I brush my teeth and I drink 8 ounces of water immediately. Habits. Form the habits, good habits, and watch what happens. And then tell someone, I confess. And this is what Stephanie and all of you did. Tell someone. There are times over the years where I've wanted to do something. I want to play the piano. I want to take time for me, but I didn't tell anyone. And so it didn't happen. I literally have been speaking it out loud. Ask Jenny. And I've been saying, I want you to keep me accountable. I'm giving you literally carte blanche to say, Monica, slow down. Monica, spend more time with Jim. Monica, spend more time with your mom. Monica, spend more time going out with your friends. Make it happen. So remember, 1 step at a time. Focus on one step at a time. Think about the things that you've been wanting to do. Make them happen. Understand that you are worthy of these things. And let's go at it. Let's go at it together. So, Kathleen, thank you for reminding us what's important. You're welcome. John says, amen. Rose, isn't she awesome? You're awesome. Blessings, John. I hope you have a great one. Okay, Rose said, I quit sugar 2 weeks ago. Baby steps. What did I just say? Baby steps. If I can quit something, anyone can. You did it because you believed in yourself. So again, today was all about how do we get unstuck? Do you have the pattern that we've been showing you? The arrows never ending. The same old thinking, the same old results. You feel like the world is crashing down on you and you're right there in the middle, getting stuck. Today's show hopefully helped you. Small steps to get unstuck. All right, folks, we're going to bring it home here because Jesus is calling out to you. I always love wrapping up the show with some faith, with you believing that there is something or someone that is guiding you. If you don't have faith, sometimes I think that's where you have to turn. So maybe you walk in and find a new community. Maybe that's the community that's been waiting for you. I believe it is. So believe first and foremost that you deserve better. And then let's start taking those steps together.
Carol House has the furniture you're dreaming of.
For big family gatherings, for entertaining friends, or just hanging out.
For working from home or resting after work.
For kids growing up, or young adults moving out.
Whether you're updating your first home, your next home, or your dream home.
Whatever the reason you're shopping, we have the furniture you're dreaming of at Carol House.
Because you like nice things.
Welcome back. Doing a little social media check-in. Remember, we have multiple platforms for you. So what? We have 17 of you still on live on Facebook, 19 of you on X, 2 of you on Rumble, 5 of you on YouTube. This doesn't populate LinkedIn or Instagram. So we've got 44 of you on right now live. Here's what I want you to do. Take the show now. I hope you felt it was a very powerful one. Take the show and do what we always ask, which is this. Share, like, follow the live stream. Make sure, by the way, that you have actually clicked like or subscribe so that you get notified when we go on with another powerful show. I said it earlier. I'm going to say it again. We do not have a live show tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Instead, look for us at 12:30. If you can't watch the entire show live, come back to it. It's the beauty of streaming. I would tell you to make sure. Some of you are big viewers on Facebook, but you go back and like, I really want to see that show again. Facebook, for some weird reason, is deleting shows that are live after 30 days. They're not doing that on YouTube. So that's why right now we're at like 854 subscribers on YouTube. Subscribing doesn't mean that you're paying. You're just subscribing to follow that page. Let's get that to 1,000. Then I'm going to gift someone something right as we hit 1,000. And then let's keep going from there. People keep saying, Monica, I want you to reach millions. I do too, but you got to spread the word and you got to make sure that you're part of subscribing to that. So even if you're on Facebook with me, do me a favor and follow the YouTube page. Okay, let's go to June 4th. I can't believe how quickly this year is going. June 4th, welcome challenging times as opportunities to trust me. You have me beside you and my spirit within you. No set of circumstances is too much for you to handle. When the path before you is dotted with difficulties, beware of measuring your strength against those challenges. That calculation is certain to riddle you with anxiety. All right, I didn't even look at this beforehand. It could have been Jesus Listens today. This fits exactly with what we're talking about today. Anxiety, the challenges, the stuck feeling, right? Without me, and I'm talking about Jesus, without me, you wouldn't make it past the first hurdle. The way to walk through demanding days is to grip my hand tightly and stay in close communication with me. Let your thoughts and your spoken words be richly flavored with trust and thankfulness. Regardless of the day's problems, I can keep you in perfect peace as you stay close to me. See, he's calling all of you that feel stuck, all of you that feel scared, all of you that don't feel worthy. Understand that today is your breakthrough. Today is the day. I believe it. Today's the day that you're going to get unstuck. Stephanie said, I have the faith. Laura, love the water idea to get more water in. Love the habits. Jenny, hitting my daily water intake has changed the game for me, right? Because she decided to focus on one thing at a time. Focusing on me for a change feels good. Gail, can you share the direct link to YouTube so we can subscribe? Yeah, you can get the direct link, or she made this for me and I love it. Jenny's been so incredible because these are all things that this wasn't the walk of life for Jenny. And she's like, I'm going to figure it out. She's self-taught, as a lot of people are. She's got it for you where she can put it in, or you literally do that. Okay, go to YouTube and type in The Real Monica Adams. Otherwise, Jenny, if you could do that for me, I would love it. She also just put in the link for those of you that want to know more about Jesus Calling. She's got the Amazon link for you, but you could find it anywhere. The 100 Days to Freedom books that people ask me about, those I think are also on Amazon. Or go out to a bookstore and look for it. Support small business. That's my whole thing. Small business, lifting up small business. Folks, I hope you love the show. Hearts to you, Gail. I hope you are all getting something really positive out of our shows day in and day out. And by the way, if you have any idea of a topic or a guest that you would like for me to feature on the show, I want you to be heard, folks. Again, I want this to feel like your show, like you're one of my producers. So whatever you would like for us to cover, shoot me a message. Again, if you've got great ideas for a wonderful business, and think out of the box. Sometimes people are like, oh, I don't know if they would. Right, there's the answer. You don't know, so let us take it from there. If you have a family friend that's got a small business that needs thousands of eyes, because that's what happens. Once this live show is done, it's there on the streams for people to go back and watch, and then you to share it with all of your family and friends. Just take the show, share it. But what I would do, instead of just randomly just sending it out and just sharing it with no context, or with text, I would say, what part of the show was really powerful to you? What was the aha moment for you? Put that, and then all of a sudden your family and friends are like, oh, well, what was this about? What did I miss? That's how I think more people look at it. Yes. There you go. Jenny just said the link that she just dropped in. That's how you find it. Folks, have a wonderful day. Again, we won't see you at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. We'll see you at 12:30 during lunchtime. Can't wait to feature Jennifer Bonacorsi and the wonderful work that she's doing and her beautiful designs at J. Bloom. And then we'll be back Friday morning at 7 o'clock with Dot Fleshman. We'll talk a little real estate. We'll talk a little friendship, and then we'll take you into the weekend. God bless you all. Remember what I always ask you to do. Be kind, first and foremost, to yourself.